Assalamu alaikum. This is me again talking to you about grammar for beginners under the hashtag The Autonomous Learner. Today is the 7th video in my series about the present simple. In the past few months I talked about how the present simple is formed, how it's used in making affirmative, negative and question sentences in speaking, and today is for the skill that's taught the least, writing. I have a question for you. How's writing like swimming? Think about it. You give up. Well, the answer is in 1967, the psycholinguist Eric Lenenberg noted that human beings universally learn to walk and learn to talk, but swimming and writing are culturally specific learned behaviors. We learn to swim if there is a body of water available, and usually only if someone teaches us. We learn to write if we are members of a literate society, and usually only if someone teaches us. This is how they are similar. Another thing, just as there are non-swimmers, poor swimmers, and excellent swimmers, so it is for writers. In this video, I will play the role of your writing teacher, and I will give you the chance to be part of a writing community that I will start, inshallah. Although I will use the present simple only here in writing, the ideas in this video are the basis of writing pretty much anything and in any tense, and all coming videos on writing will be based on the basics taught here. This introductory video is for those who have problems with writing and want to improve their writing at a very basic level. But not only that, this video will be the basis for future classes on speaking too. I repeat again that this is the foundation you must know, not a magic formula that will help you fix your writing overnight and make it advanced. This video is just the beginning. There is only one caveat, however. You have to do some writing and not depend on just watching this video. If you want to learn writing, you have to write. Makes sense, right? Well, let's get started. What is writing? The shortest piece of writing is a paragraph. A paragraph is a group of sentences together about one topic. What is longer than a paragraph is called an article or an essay. An essay or an article is a few paragraphs together about one topic. And what is longer than an essay can be a master's degree dissertation, a PhD thesis, or even a book. This introductory video is about the shortest piece of writing, the paragraph. A paragraph is a group of sentences about one topic, as I said. There are two facts about writing in English that I want you to remember, and later in the video I will explain them in detail. The first one is each sentence in the paragraph has a job to do in this paragraph. Nothing is haphazard. Keep this piece of information here and we will recall it later in the video. And now fact number 2. Writing in English is linear and very predictable versus Arabic and many other languages which are spiral and unpredictable. Keep this piece of information here and we will call it later too. Now, here is the first activity. I would like you to get a paper and pencil and copy this paragraph that I will show you on the board now. Now, here is the first activity. I would like you to get a paper and pencil and write this paragraph on the board now. First, write the following prompt. Again, this in black is not called the writing question, it's called the writing prompt. And the writing prompt is, if you can learn a second language, which language would you choose and why? After you copy the writing prompt, I want you to copy the answer. And I want you to copy the answer the same way it is written, with these round brackets at the end of each sentence and after these words. And I want you to leave enough space to write 3, 4, maybe 5 letters. Now, I will zoom in and give you some time to write this off the board. Please don't forget to leave these spaces. These are very important. So here is what you need to copy again. The writing prompt is, if you can learn a second language, which language would you choose and why? You should be writing now. I would like to learn English. I want to learn it for 3 reasons. First, it's an international language. I can speak English in many countries. Second, I need English in my work. Most people in my work speak English. Finally, I enjoy learning English. It's an easy language to learn. English is indeed my favorite language. Now that you finish copying this, I want you to get a different color pen or pencil, maybe red, and write the following letters in the brackets that we left. So here, I want you to write T, S, and here, D, S, here, T, capital, R, small, W, capital, 1, and here, M, S, 1, and here, S, 1.1, and then here T, R, W, 2, and then M, S, 2, then you guessed it, here S, can you guess the number? 2.1, and here again T, R, W, 3 this time, and then you figured it out, here M, S, 3, and here of course S, 3.1, and here I want you to write CS. So again, I'll give you some time to look at the board, and I'll zoom the camera in, and I'll give you some time to write these, and then continue watching the video. All right, so here it is for you zoomed in. I want you to copy the letters in red, preferably in a different color. All right, so you have written this. Good job. Let me explain to you what you have written now. Do you remember when I asked you to save a fact about writing here? Now it's time to retrieve it. I said each sentence in a paragraph has a job, and those letters in red stand for the jobs of the sentences. I will write these jobs on the board too, the jobs of these in red, and I want you to copy them. I will do this off camera, and then after I have finished copying them, you can pause the video and write them as well. All right, so here are what these abbreviations mean. And I want you to pause the video now and copy them, and don't worry, I will explain them in detail. Let me read them in case you cannot read them off the board well, and I'll make sure to put them in the post or in the first comment under the video, so that if you can't read them off the board, you can go to the post and simply copy them. TS is a topic sentence and it answers the writing question. DS is a division sentence and it states how many MSs are in the paragraph. TRWs are transition words that mark the beginning of the SSs, of the MSs. MSs are major sentences which give the main aspects of the TS and the DS. SSs are support sentences that tell more about the MSs and clarify the relationship between the MSs and the TS. And CS is a concluding sentence that restates the TS in different words. I know you don't know what I mean so far, so just be patient, copy these, and I'll be back in a minute to explain them. Okay, so you copied everything on the board. Very good job. I know it's tiring, it's a lot. Now, to understand the sentence functions, I want you to retrieve the second fact about English, which we put here at the beginning of the video. I said English is linear and very predictable. Writing in English is different from writing in Arabic and many other languages. Linear means you write one main idea, then you explain this idea with sentences in one line of thought without going off topic or repeating anything you wrote again. Your paragraph must have a predictable organization, which is the one I have just given to you: TS, DS, TRW, MS, SS, and so on. This organization is known to the reader, and he or she expects to see it in your paragraph. Notice that I said the organization of the sentences, or the functions or the jobs of the sentences are predictable, not the sentences themselves are predictable. So the reader expects you to use sentences in this order to fulfill or do these jobs, but he or she doesn't know what the sentences themselves will be. Now, you know 2 facts about writing. Let me combine both of them in one sentence. In writing, each sentence has a job or a function, and all sentences are organized the same way every time. In short, sentences have a fixed function and organization. Function and organization, function and organization. Let's look more closely now and explain the organization to you. First, look at the writing prompt. We call this the writing prompt. Write about a language and explain a language you want to learn and explain why you want to learn it. In the first sentence here, I would like to learn English, which is called the topic sentence. We answer this prompt clearly and directly. I want to learn English. So this asks, what question do you want to learn? And this answers, I want to learn English. Very clearly, very direct. In the second sentence of our paragraph, it's called the DS. I want to learn it for 3 reasons. Notice that we said the word 3 and reasons. Here, we are telling the reader to expect 3 MSs. All right. And we are telling the reader that those MSs will be reasons. What is the language that you want to learn? And why? I want to learn English. Why? I want to learn it for 3 reasons. Remember that the DS tells the reader how many MSs you will use in your writing. So a very big mistake many writers make is to go straight to the MSs without writing the DS. This makes the paragraph unpredictable to the reader because he or she doesn't know how many MSs you will mention in your paragraph before he actually continues reading this paragraph. In the third sentence here, which starts here, we started like, first, it's an international language. Let's focus on the word first here. This word tells the reader that what is coming after it is the first MS. Be careful. In a short paragraph like this is really short, we don't use transition words. So now, before every sentence, we use the transition words only before the major sentences or MSs. So first, it's an international language. From the word first, we know that what's coming here is the first reason why we want to learn English. So why do you want to learn English? Because it's an international language. MSs are very important, but they are not enough. If we want to write a paragraph with only MSs, it will not be sufficient. It will not be enough. Look at the paragraph only with MSs and you will see that it's not very satisfactory. I would like to learn English. I want to learn it for 3 reasons. First, it's an international language. Second, I need English in my work. Finally, I enjoy learning English. English is indeed my favorite language. See, this is not enough. MSs don't explain everything. The reader will not know what you mean exactly because the MSs can have different meanings for different people. Let's take the second MS, for example, which is I need English in my work. Do you as a writer mean that you speak English? Do you mean that you write emails in English? Do you mean that you speak English to other people, or maybe on a microphone or something, for example? The possibilities are unlimited. So you have to give some support to explain what you mean that MS exactly. So we need to explain the MSs more, and because English is linear, like in one line, every major sentence is followed by its support. So after every major sentence, we put a support sentence to explain it more. In this paragraph, to make things easy for you, I used only one SS after each MS, and I numbered them. So for by major sentence 1, I used support sentence 1.1. So this one, the first one, is for the major sentence number, and the second number, the second digit, is for the support sentence number. So this is support sentence 1 by 1. This is of course transition, the second transition word. This here is the second major sentence, and this is the first support sentence for the second major sentence. So it's SS 2.1. And here we have the third transition word, we have the third major sentence, and we have the first support sentence for this third major sentence, right? And then we have the CS. Now let's look at all the MSs, the SSs with the TS before each line of thought. If we have a good line of thought, TS, MS, SS, then we call this a good piece of writing. The first line of thought will be this: I would like to learn English. I would like to learn it for 3 reasons. First, it's an international language. I can speak English in many countries. Well, logically put together, so these are good major sentence and good support sentence. Let's take the second line of thought. I would like to learn English. I would like to learn it for 3 reasons. I need English in my work. Most people in my work speak English. Again, here we have a good line of thought. We have the TS with DS. The second major sentence is explained well. It's related to the topic sentence, and it's explained well using the support sentence after it. Let's take the final one. The final line of thought is TS, MS3, and SS 3.1. I would like to learn English. I want to do this for 3 reasons. I enjoy learning English. It's an easy language to learn. So again, we have a good line of thought. We have the TS, and the third MS directly related to it, and the SS 3.1 explains the relationship between the TS and MS3 clearly. So as you can see, the 3 lines of thought are logical, related well, on topic, and all of them are well sequenced. The MSs explain the TS, and the SSs help make the relationship between the TS and the MSs clearer. Now let's go to the last sentence, the CS. English is indeed my favorite language. This is a slightly different way of saying the TS. I would like to learn English. English is indeed my favorite language. You see, these 2 sentences are kind of similar, but this one is slightly different. This CS is important because it gives the reader the indication that your paragraph has finished. Your writing has finished. The reader should not expect anything else. By saying this, I finished explaining the paragraph. At the beginning of the video, I told you about a writing community I will start. This is your chance to join and improve your writing. I need you to write only 1 paragraph using the organization we have just studied, and I will mark all the writing that I will receive for the coming 2 days. I want you to follow the same organization I've just talked about, and here is your prompt. If you could do any job, what job would you like to have and why? The only tense you should need here to answer this homework is the present simple. So try to form all of your sentences in the present simple. I will focus on 2 things only in marking your writing: the SVC full stop structure structure. We talked about this in previous videos in this series about the present simple under this same hashtag. So go back and watch them to learn more about SVC full stop. That's about writing grammatically correct sentence. And the second thing I will focus on is the organization I have taught you in this video. So two things, SVC full stop and organization. If you find any difficulty, please do let me know. I'm looking forward to reading your paragraphs. So that's paragraph writing simplified, and in the next 3 videos I will explain it in more detail, inshallah. You might ask, why not explain everything now? What is the need for having 3 more videos? Of course, the answer is there are simple things that you need to do first in life and then move on to more difficult things later. For example, hitting like now is simple. Sharing this video is also simple. Leaving a comment is simple as well. And later you can do more difficult things like watching the previous videos and watching the future ones, inshallah. So that's it. Thank you very much and bye.